It's chess, not checkers. It's chess, not checkers. It's chess, not checkers. It's chess, not checkers. Think different, move different. Think different, move different. Think different, move different. Think different, move different.
Chess,
Okay,
chess,
okay,
level up, hey, level up,
okay,
chess,
okay,
not checkers, chess, not checkers, level up, hey, level up, hey, chess, not checkers.
think different, move different.
Chess, not checkers. Level up, hey, level up, hey. Chess, not checkers. You better think different.
Yo, chess not checkers.
Hey world!
Think different, move different.
Love it.
Episode number 3, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm one of your hosts, C.E. Johnson II.
Yeah, this is Marcus Bailey, also known as Walt.
And I'm Chloe Owens, also known as Just Chloe. So yeah, episode 3. And so it is called episode 3, Positioning Over Popularity. Dun dun dun.
Big facts, big
Yeah,
facts.
yeah,
Let that soak in a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Let that soak in.
Position over popularity.
yep.
I mean, I gave like a little brief summary yesterday, like on my Facebook Live, and I was hoping to motivate people and also give them a heads up and get their juices flowing and telling them like this is what today's episode is going to be about. Positioning yourselves in a way where you're productive in life and you're reaching your goals over popularity, choosing popularity, being famous and whatnot.
You know, that's kind of, I don't know. I guess it's like where your focus is at. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're successful, especially in the entertainment world, you know, shit, popularity gonna come. You know what I mean?
I mean, that part.
Yeah, I
'Cause I
think
can
some
do-
of it has to do with age too.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I feel like the older you get too, you don't really care about the popularity part. But also too, I guess it kind of
Goes together a little bit.
yeah, and it depends on what kind of
Yeah.
stature you're at. If you're famous or not famous, though
Yeah.
too. I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, what happened?
Like,
Fix it again. Yeah.
Just
Technical difficulties.
that's what happens when you live.
technical difference.
I'm telling you,
I thought that motherfucker was screwed.
collapse.
Yeah.
Yes, we're back at it. Yes, love
But
it.
yes, when you, I look at it a few ways, right? But the way I was, when it was first brought to me, the way I looked at it was relationships, choosing the position yourself in the relationship over just being, you know how people out nowadays, they want their relationships to go viral and everything is on Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
And so you put more energy into going out in public and making it look good and being cool with everybody instead of actually putting the focus on the relationship. And then I look at it like with a job. You're worried about other things other than your job. You know what I mean? There's a comedy show this weekend, so you ready to go to the comedy show and take off from work instead of just putting that time and hours into your job. So it's like you said, or like y'all was saying, it's about where you're at in your life and what your priorities are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause that's how I look at it. Like, I'm looking at it like in an entertainment world, like work, like what we doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of us will be focused on, let's get famous or let's do this, other than actually doing our job.
Right.
Because really, if we do our job as far as with the podcast, I mean, I guess, you know, you're going to get some popularity out of it. But where's your
You.
focus gonna be at? Is it gonna be on that popularity, or sitting down really doing what we're supposed to be doing, having good conversations?
No doubt.
But I think that also kind of comes in with like who you include in your circle. Like I feel like with popularity too, we always say like you you are your product of your environment. So even at that sense, like I feel like it depends on what kind of people in your circle that you want around you in your circle. Like I feel like there's a level two, there's always a certain level of people to keep you growing that you want in your circle. Like I always say one is like your family. Because I feel like with your family, that's your family, they're gonna keep you in tune. Then you also have like a genuine person that kind of keeps you grounded. And then you also have like that person that you have the same interest with. And then also that other person you hang around with is somebody that's going to be a person that you want to be like, that pushes you to be like. So.
Support, really, pretty much, it's just a supportive base. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, pretty much everybody that you're dealing with is rooting for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also need that consigliere, or you know what I'm saying, like a lawyer or somebody that you know to guide you as you're going through some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me throw it out there like this then, just to get people's minds kind of going. When I was in the streets, one of my addictions was the popularity, to the point where I didn't even. It wasn't even about just getting the money no more. The girls, the money, the cars, the clothes, the jewelry. Yeah, all that was cool. But when I actually began to become famous, or my name was out there, and you can attest to this, when your name is ringing bells, because everybody know Whoa. You know, back then you was Lil Whoa, so everybody knew Lil Whoa. And did that do something to you? Did that make you feel good? Did that feed your ego? Yeah.
Like hype you up?
Most definitely. Like, it definitely hypes you up, hype your head up, and then what you want more of it.
Right.
So I'm about to go harder, you know what I mean? And then sometimes, but what came with it too is like you get blinded by it.
There you go.
You start slacking.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You start slipping.
There
You know what I'm saying? Because really, even though we're not glorifying the hustle, it was like, in that situation, I was focused on the wrong thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I was gonna stay out there and hustle and risk my life, I should have been focused on getting that money.
There you go.
And getting my way up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Focus on doing what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm doing it. So yeah, it kind of like it throws you off because you start doing one thing, what you're supposed to be doing to elevate. You focusing on a whole nother different thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the wrong thing to be focusing on.
See, but I think that's where I'm different, and I can't like relate to that because I'm like I'm such a private person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even with even getting that, like I said, that certain stature of if you are even like famous, or even when you're slowly getting there. And I guess I can't say that until I'm actually there, but I feel like though too, even at that sense, even if I ever got there or when I get there, because manifest that, you know. But I feel like even still then, because I am so private, there is going to be things that I share and things that I don't share. And I feel like that's what I'm saying though too, like there's also that those people that's going to keep me grounded too, to also keep certain things private. That's why I say too, like the people you have around you, it makes a difference. Yeah.
So because the reality of it is, this might not apply to everybody. Some people are, just like you said, some people naturally being famous and having notoriety doesn't even impress them, so it does nothing for them.
Right.
But like for the people that do have struggles with that, you know what I mean? Like for me, like that's why I was glad you spoke on that, because that's why I was trying to get you to go with it, was when I was in the streets, that it's already messed up. We hustling, we doing something illegal. Mm-hmm. So you should, if you are going to be breaking the law, you should at least break the law and move a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Be smart about it.
Be smart about it.
Right.
But not only am I not I'm breaking the law. I'm not even being smart about it no more because now I'm showing off all my jewelry, my
Right,
clothes.
yeah.
I'm driving all these different rentals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there's that's kind of that level of just the staying humble, like the humbleness, you know? And then, I mean, I feel like, of course, that comes with it when you wanted nice things. Who doesn't? But I feel like there's a certain time and a place to bring out those. And you don't just do that every day.
And another thing creates jealousy, envy,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it brings bad
Yes,
energy for people
yes.
that want to see you down. So that
Yes.
brings on the relationship part of it too.
Mhm.
Like how we was talking about with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
and
Oh my gosh.
Clay
That has
Thompson.
been the
You see
thing,
what
though,
I'm saying?
right? Yeah.
So it's like you put your relationship out here for the world to see. Y'all broadcast everywhere y'all go. This and that, and it's like it made it seem like I didn't get that sense, but my brother over here said he kind of got the sense like she was more focusing on putting in front of the camera versus working on their relationship behind closed doors and
Right.
making sure they got a strong relationship before you even expose them and let everybody know and give them a reason to comment on it and hating on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because until people know y'all together, a lot of people ain't got nothing to say about y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The media ain't got nothing to say about you. People ain't got nothing to say on the social media sites and nothing negative to say about your relationship or he doing this, they doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even in relationships, yeah, I feel like, man, make sure that relationship's strong and solid before
Got to.
before y'all
Yeah.
putting y'all airing y'all business out and y'all.
100%. Well, and that's kind of one of the things I had questions about in this whole Megan and Clay situation. It's like, I feel like, though, too, the level that they both are at, that's a conversation that they both probably have had or should have had as of, okay, are you looking for something serious right now? Are you ready to settle down? What's it like? And you already know each other's reputation, too, kind of. So it's, I don't know. It's interesting.
I think what it boils down to is like the question is like how does popularity affect your ego as an individual? Does it affect your ego? Does it? Because a lot of times what people are doing, what we're doing as human beings, we're feeding our ego.
Uh-huh.
The only reason we even going for this or we're feeding into this is because of what it gives us, the pleasure that it gives us. And I think you just got to look at the individual. Megan Thee Stallion, she's already famous, but
Right.
does she want more famous? You know what I mean? And then you got to look at her. And like I said, these are our opinions, so they're going to be different. But the way I look at the situation with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, both of them are popular or famous. Megan Thee Stallion in this industry, he's a athlete. Megan Thee Stallion already has a history of dealing with popular industry individuals, rappers, soccer players, you know, like rappers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, she has a track record. So you have to go off a person's track record, and all her relationships was public. The Tory Lanez things was public. So it's like I look at her like, to me, and this is to anybody in a relationship, focus on the relationship. Let's try to like pull back from the public eye. Let's try to pull back from my homeboys and homegirls knowing about. Let me focus on the relationship, and that's where I'm coming from. I feel like you put more, like you said, they should have had this conversation. Yes, having those conversations mean we're focusing on the relationship, not putting it out there and talking about it and putting all the pictures on Instagram and social media. Let's focus on the relationship. Trying to go places. Let's not go to all the basketball games. How about I don't even show up to your basketball games? I'll sit at home and support you from home, Clay. I don't want to sit on the front
Right, because I know I can't handle that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's the speculation. Everybody's seeing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And then, you know, just being honest, man, from the track record and all of that, I'm guaranteed you got somebody in here talking about you tripping.
Yeah.
You tripping, bro.
Yeah.
And then that right there, and then even giving him a chance to go back. I mean, you know, if you build that relationship first, it don't matter what nobody tell you about your girl. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what you tell. I love her. I understand what you know what I'm saying. But the fact that you put the relationship out so fast, she probably got so much hate coming in.
Yeah.
Negative conversations about your significant other that's changing your mind about how you thinking about this person.
Yeah.
And then you already know. And then like you got access to so many other beautiful people. I'm gonna put it that way because now it ain't just on one side. You know what I'm saying? The temptation is there, and it seems like that in the hood or in regular day life. You You know what I'm saying? You got people that see you in a relationship, and that's when they want to mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See that you got something going on, that's when they want what you got.
Well,
you
that's
know
what
I
it is.
mean?
Some people don't like to see people happy.
Happy,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, you know. So, but also though too, it's so hard because at the same time too, with like social media and all that, it's like you don't know if that's what they wanted and they did this
Yeah,
all for
you're right.
clout. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
That
Like this
too.
was the plan from the beginning.
That too.
That's why it's like you said, like I feel like it depends on the person and where you're at too and what you're trying to
Yeah,
accomplish.
most definitely.
Because they both could have agreed to both make up all this and this is
Yeah.
what it is, you know, we don't know. So
Yeah.
No, that's real. And that's always something you got to think about. That's why I said what we're doing is just really just giving our opinions from the outside looking in.
Yeah,
But we don't know the
true
details.
story.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We don't know
we
the
don't know the
details.
true story.
But also what I like about it is we can use these as examples to like place on ourselves.
apply it to our
You know what I'm saying?
lives.
To our
Yeah.
lives day to day. And like I said, putting the focus on a relationship. Like what if I was in a relationship with somebody and this young lady, she's trying to go viral. So every time I walk in the house from work, she's, baby, look at that. You know what I mean? And she's always putting jewelry and clothes
Gotcha,
and putting
yeah.
focus on that.
Yeah.
I just had a hard day from work. Why don't you come inside? Why don't you hug me? Why don't you kiss me? Why don't you greet me? Why don't you cook me a meal? The house is dirty. But everything else is about, you know what I mean? And then when we do go out, oh yeah, this my baby. And it's like a showcase. It's like it's a front to
Yes.
make everybody think. But inside the relationship, I'm not even happy. And why is that? Because you're not positioning yourself. The young lady's not positioning herself in the relationship. What she's trying to do is be popular.
yeah,
What
she's
trying to do
not
is be
focusing
famous.
on the inner, which is home.
Feel me?
And that's what, and I feel like though too, that's where that social media comes into play, you know. But
It's dangerous. It's
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah. But it's like that's why too, people got to learn to separate the two. It's almost like they say like don't mix.
Business with pleasure.
Yes, like you have to separate the two. You can't do that. And I feel like when you're at a certain level of famous,
Yeah.
or even being at a certain level of popular, that you still have to keep that mindset and be grounded of you have to separate that too, because you have home, you have kids, you have a family.
Yeah.
So also like it's not worth all that. You have to learn that's that chess game.
Keep people out of your business, but I bet it's even harder to do. I would think, you know what I'm saying, dealing with entertainment industry.
Right.
Both of y'all might be famous, but I just think like, yeah, man, just keep it private. You know what I mean, as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, but if you dealing with one of those situations where somebody just trying to go viral, you know, I don't know, it's gonna come down how much you love that person, and did you know she was trying to go viral before you start messing with her? That's another one of them situations that you were just talking about, like some things that need to be addressed before you decide to sit down and say, yeah, I want to be with this person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
the communication.
That's communication, and it's got a lot to do with just this situation right here. You know what I mean? It's all up, the whole broad, everything that can come up in a relationship that you feel would be a deal breaker. I think you need to have a conversation about that before you decide to say, yeah, we going steady, we can go together. You know what I mean? We gonna get married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I think what's wrong with the world nowadays. I feel like if everybody had that open line of communication, instead of being so sensitive and getting their feelings hurt and actually speaking the truth, it would be better off. Like if you just, instead of taking it so sensitive and actually taking constructive criticism or stepping back and looking back at it and reevaluating yourself, it might be a little bit easier.
I mean, I think it's easier said than done, man.
Oh,
It's easier
100%.
said than done. Like it's hard for somebody to tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody can't take that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody like that. And that's
Yeah.
something I ain't gonna lie, I've worked on it. Like, and I feel like now I can do it, but 20 years ago, you
would say something different.
Yeah, like you can't just tell me about myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the crazy part is, but I love to tell you about you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of different with, like, especially with my relationship. I've been kind of like, I hold some of the stuff back because I feel like before I say something that she might take it wrong,
Yeah.
I feel like, hold on, let me see if I can just deal with it and get around it, because sometimes it ain't as big as what you make it seem to
Okay.
yourself at
Yeah.
first. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I try to give myself a chance, you know, brush it off. I'm accept that because
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
But it is certain shit I ain't going for. Excuse my language. There's certain stuff I ain't going for. And I don't care nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you got to say about it. And nah, it's a no. But like something could be looked over. I hold that in and try to just work over it. My energy might be different for a day or two. You know what I'm saying? My energy might be a little off because I'm still dealing with it and you know, trying to download it into my brain and think it through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before I kind of make my decision about it. But
Yeah, that's how I feel like though too. I feel like everybody's human and everybody's a work in progress. But with me, I think it depends on my day, how I handle it. But also too, I mean, I'm a female too. You know, we're so emotional. We're so emotional.
Yes.
But at the same time, too, I think sometimes I do. If somebody gives me constructive criticism, like I said, it depends on the day. I do process it a little bit, and still will go back and think about it. And I'm like, okay, I might try to do that a little different next time. But I'm still it's just making yourself aware. You're not perfect. You're just making sure, like, it'd just be so much easier and less stressful.
Yeah.
You know?
It seemed like I be trying, like, certain, I had criticism and I listen. I'm, all right, let me go back and try. I might change what that, but sometimes it's like, if you're not practicing that change every day, you can always seem to fall. You're going to end up falling right back into the same behaviors anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you are a work in progress, you're willing to work on whatever the issue is, you got to practice it.
Yeah.
And see you know how we be talking. Everything is chess, not checkers with us. So we try to always come up with subject matter that we can always tie into this. And as you see, like when we're talking about positioning, that's the game. You know, it's the game of chess. Now you either playing chess or you either playing checkers. But whichever game you choosing to play, it's all about positioning yourself. Now how you position yourself.
You set your board up.
How you set the board up. And so that's the way we're trying to. We're hoping a lot of y'all can relate to it in that way and put it in effect in y'all lives, day-to-day lives. Because the encouragement we're trying to give is just put yourself in a position to win, man. I like to think everybody's trying to win. If not, we're like, ask yourself, what are we doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean? And so it goes for us. I hold myself accountable too. Like I strive to position myself in a way in my life now where I can win. It may not be this year, it may not be 5 years, it may be 10 years from now, but nevertheless, I'm thinking ahead. So I'm trying to make strategic, calculated choices and decisions today that can affect my tomorrow in a positive manner. You know what I mean? And so that's the encouragement we're trying to give y'all. Play chess with y'all lives, man. Position yourselves in y'all lives in a way where y'all can win with your job, with your boss, the way you carry yourself, your mannerism. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these things, it's not so much about everybody's so caught up on the love thing, the relationship thing, or the man and woman. A lot of your relationships are about with other people too. Like I'm real big on that. You know what I'm saying? Just meeting the mailman. I like to be cool with the mailman. I like to for the mailman. I'm sitting on the porch, the mailman comes up, drop the mail in the box, and I can have a casual, cool conversation with him. I don't never know when me and this man can cross paths in another way and how it can affect my life in the future.
I was just about to say that's how you make open opportunities.
There you go.
By being that open and being willing to meet everybody and anybody and being social. Like, don't be such an introvert. You know, kind of get out there. That goes back to like what we were saying in episode 1. Like growth, like it's uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, you're doing something right. That means you're growing. When you get that same routine, that's what I was like. Every time until I'm done and until these wheels are falling off, as long as I'm just content, I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. That's uncomfortable because I'm not done yet. I'm like, what else can I do? But until then, I'm like, no. That's a good feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
You can look at it, you definitely got to keep growing, you got to keep learning. That's what it's all about. Life anyway. You never stop learning. You never know everything.
Yeah.
And then answer to one thing could change tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just like playing a chess game on the fly. You know what I'm saying? The situation might change. Your opponent's peak might make a move that you wouldn't expect.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
it's like, man, on the fly, man.
It is, because if, like you said, if you don't position yourself, it's the wrong move. Any wrong little move can set you back so many years. It's crazy. It is so crazy. and then you got to work double time. You know, like, yeah. I think we've all learned that.
And it's just about like knowing yourself too. Like accountability is so big, so major. Like being able to be honest with yourself. You can lie to everybody else, but you got to be honest with yourself. And so you got to, like you said, you know that you're not really too pressed about being popular or being liked or being out there in everybody's faces. But if you're the type of individual where you know that is something that you know what I mean, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm big on that. Like,
But you know, marketing. Take advantage of it.
There
You know what I'm
there
saying?
you go.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's who you are, we're not saying you shouldn't be, but
Right.
if that's who you are, that's who you are. Now, it might. All we saying is like by being that way, it could affect certain parts of your life or what you're going through in
Exactly.
life. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't necessarily is consequences to most of
Right.
everything. It could be good consequences or bad consequences. It's
Yeah.
depending on how you use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
perfect. That's perfect. Like you said, like again, you got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I like attention. So if
Yeah.
you one of those people that like attention and you big on that, then you got to say to yourself, like you just said, how can I make this work for me in a positive way?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Instead of it being something that actually ruins my relationships or ruin my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that. I like that.
That is.
Yeah, so like as always, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us week to week, man.
Episode 3.
I've had a lot of people hit me up this week and ask a few questions, and like I said, I'm gonna go through it with the team, and we're gonna really sit back and go over it and see the best way to put them in our episodes, and we can address it. You know what I mean? But please continue to hit us and reach out to us, man, because that's the biggest thing about a platform like this. We want to strive to reach everybody. We want to strive to invoke.
Share the news.
Yes, and challenge y'all. Like I'm real big on challenging people.
Yeah.
So I want to challenge y'all. You know what I'm saying? Woe wants to challenge y'all. Just
I ain't
Flo
gonna
wants to
lie.
challenge y'all.
I might make up an argument. I might agree with you, but I'll make up an argument just to test how you think. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm the devil's advocate. I like disagreeing with you just for the hell of it.
Yeah, just for the conversation. See how
Yes,
people
I
think.
do get that. But when I do play the devil's advocate, I say it like before. I'm like, all right, now, like I'm letting you know. But sometimes you have to, you know. So, but no, we appreciate everybody's support for real.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, go to YouTube, subscribe. Even any kind of questions or shout outs or comments that you have, leave in the box. But we do. We appreciate it. And we're human, guys, so we're learning as we go as well. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
any
Go with
tips
it,
you
go with it.
We
get
just
or
here for
know,
a
let
good
us know.
conversation, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's gonna get better, man. It's gonna get better.
Only.
It's gonna get smoother, and just please continue to tune in, man. I'm one of your hosts, C.P. Johnson II, signing off.
This is Marcus Bailey. Whoa. Holla at you.
And I'm Chloe Owens, also known as Just Chloe. And we'll see you guys later. Checkmate.
Man, check 'em.